All right, guys, we're back in the shop. It's September the 18th, Monday. We're gonna work on this radiator here a little bit. We got it off Super A. I think the last video I done, I made this little holding fixture. I'm fixing to get the torch out and clean this up with some flux and see if I can't get a little solder around there. Getting the solder for this thing been interesting. You can go to Lowe's and buy some of it for about 60 bucks. Get it on eBay for about 25. So I ordered some on eBay, and that stuff started in Juniper, Florida, ended up Birmingham, Sterrett, Alabama, Birmingham again, Sterrett, Alabama again, LA, California. Freaking took 2 weeks to get here. But I finally got it, so I'm gonna try to solder that up and get this thing back together. Run it a little while, get it good and hot. See if we got our leaks fixed. So let me get busy and I'll get right back with you. All right, guys, so I got her soldered up. Old radiator's kind of on the filthy side, greasy. I'm fixing to clean it up real good and put it back on, see if we can get her fired and put a little heat in it. Make sure it don't leak. Zero pressure system, but still, I don't want water running out. I'm gonna get out and clean it up real good. I guess I'm gonna paint it with some black paint, make it look pretty. Put her back on the old tractor. I tell you, I like this tractor. I know I've said that 100 times, but I just like this tractor. Good oil pressure, runs good, quiet. Steering's a lot harder on this than it is on my 140. Of course, it's got that little old bit of steering wheel on it too. But anyways, let me get busy and get that radiator finished up. Maybe I'll get it back on here in a little bit. All right. So here we are, kind of finishing up this little old radiator. I got it back on the tractor. Intended on putting a little paint on it, but I just ran out before I really got started good, and I went ahead and let it dry and just put it back on. A good thing this morning it's not leaking. Drove around out the field yesterday about 15-20 minutes, and seemed like it done what it's supposed to do. Got my fuel line on. Not the best job in the world bending it, but I do kind of like how it worked out. It's got a filter that's easily replaceable, and got me a more better fitting. I had a little quick connect fitting and a piece of 1/4 inch of nylon tubing on it. It was just something to get me by. This old tank's a little nastier than I like it to be. I did fill it up with water and gravel and shook it around, got a lot of the old rust out of it, cleaned it up and let it dry. It's cleaner than it was. I may take it off and do the vinegar trick that I seen no boy on one website. I can't think of the guy's name, but it's like beer, bourbon, and tractors and such as that. He is a very good at restoring tractors. When he gets through restoring one, you don't want to use it no more because it looks so good. I guess he's turning all these things into show tractors, which is cool. I mean, I like a good clean tractor, but hey, I'm kind of like this. I'm gonna get it out there in the field and work it. I don't collect too many things just to be collecting. I got a little shelf up the house that it's kind of interesting. I played around on dirt bikes for a while. Not gonna say I was good in the whole scheme of things, but I could ride all right. I won a few trophies at a couple little tracks, and I'm looking at all them trophies up there on the wall one day, and used to race go-karts. I had I don't know, 40, 50 trophies from racing go-karts, and a bunch of trophies anyway. It's probably 75 or 100 trophies in there. I just took them all apart and just made one just kind of a remembrance of those days, and really throwed every one of them away except for one that's got a dirt bike on top of it, and one that's got a go-kart on top of it. That's, you know, that's about the only kind of thing I hang on to. I like case pocket knives, so if anybody want to get me a Christmas present, I always tell them, get me a case pocket knife. I ain't never seen one I didn't like. But I carry a little old junk Smith & Wesson in my pocket, but it's something I can scrape gaskets with, or, you know, like cut an orange up, or, you know, whatever. It gets used for all kinds of things. But anyway, so I'm sitting down in the shop this morning trying to figure out what I'm going to do today. This old tractor, good running tractor. I mean, it's quiet, good quiet transmission. I like it. It needs some work. Steering's a little stiffer than it needs to be. Got a lot of slack in it. When I had the radiator out, I just got a bunch of dirt out from in this area and just scraping around. I didn't pressure wash it, didn't do nothing. Just scrape it off with scrapers and screwdrivers and got it out of the hole. But the front seal's leaking some on it. I noticed a couple little spots there on the floor, which is no big deal, but just something needs fixed. And the steering's got a lot of slack in it. A little different setup on these cultivators, but hey, they work just fine. Got smaller tires on the back than some of them, but they are in good shape. Relatively. A little bit of dry cracking. They are they're 9.5s. I guess that's what's supposed to be on it. Could go something a little bigger, but they're 9.5s. Wished I had a spring to go in here. And if I had me a good spring to go in here, I think I may get over the steel yard and maybe find me some heavy tubing that would go over this, straighten it, sleeve it, and then rebend it. Try to make this bar a little stouter. It'll fold up on you if you got these adjusted to where it's pushing down too hard. All right, I'm gonna end this video. I appreciate everybody watching. My little old radiator holding fixture done good. Now that I'm done, I think I'm gonna get over here with my welder, run me little beads here and finish doing that back there. I take it off, throw it on the bench, and no telling when I'll use it again. But it did work good. That was kind of nice having something to hold the radiator for me. So it worked out all right. It was a little more difficult. You know, anytime you're soldering, you got to get both parts tinned, you know, get where both parts, you know, the solder will adhere to it. And it was very difficult getting it to adhere to the cast iron piece in there. I mean, it was fine. It went ahead and done. It just took a lot of cleaning and heating and cleaning and heating and cleaning and scraping and this and that and other. But I finally got it to where it tinned out real well and was able to solder it up. Just took a little longer than I anticipated. And I hadn't done any soldering of that type in 20 or 30 years, I guess. I mean, I worked on radiators, like I said in another video, back in the 80s, and I probably got rid of all the radiator equipment in the late 80s and just never done it anymore. I mean, other than just doing a little bit of electrical stuff or, you know, wires and stuff. All right, I guess my next phase is what am I going to work on today? I think that's what I'll call the next video. What am I going to work on today? Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this is a little short video that you can kind of enjoy. And I appreciate everybody that's watching the channel. And we'll just get started on something else. Have a blessed day. It is sure enough a beautiful God-given day. I went for my little prayer walk this morning, and it's cooler then. It's warming up some now. And I don't know if y'all ever pay attention, but I got two big old fans here behind me. You can see one over there, you can see one over there, and I generally got Pandora going over on the radio. And when I do a video, I got to turn everything off. If not, it's just so noisy you can't hear. But I'm gonna get these fans on, get my Pandora music playing, and I kind of get busy. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll get this video up, and we'll see if we can't get another one started.